I don't know why I always pop my pimples and then immediately after record a video. New Year, same me. What's going on? So is it just me or does 2021 feel exactly like 2020? Tell me if you agree. I feel like nothing in 2020 has felt like anything. Like Christmas didn't feel like Christmas, New Year's didn't feel like New Year's. Nothing was a thing. I'm stuck. I'm just stuck somewhere in 2020. But that is not the point of this video. This video is not to crap all over 2020. I feel like we spent a lot of time doing that. 2020 was difficult for obvious reasons, but something I want to hit on in this video is that it was also difficult for unobvious reasons. If I'm just being real, like, of course 2020 was hard because of COVID. You couldn't go out, you couldn't see your friends, it was lonely. But all these obvious things led to some like not so obvious things that I think still need to be recognized. Because of all of that, I was probably more sensitive of a person. I was probably more easily frustrated, more easily stressed out. My self-esteem was probably lower. I probably was not as happy as I could have been. All these micro things were happening in my everyday life that were a result of these bigger obvious things, and I'm sure you can relate. So having said all that, in 2020 I found myself having to learn new mindsets, new ways to get out of a funk, just new self-improvements to get me through the year that I plan to take with me to 2021 and some. In this video, I would like to share with you things I learned in 2020 that helped me so much, helped me become happier, healthier, just better. These are 5 real things. There's no BS. I have a simple guide of things to hit, but this is not scripted. I'm just speaking from my heart. Hopefully you can feel my love and light. I'm not gonna promote anything. This is simply and solely love. Here are the 5 things that I'm going to do in 2021, and I hope you join me. Number 1. So you may or may not be familiar with the term mantra. Mantra is basically a word or a phrase that people repeat when they're meditating or when they're dealing with something difficult. It's kind of like their thesis, their tagline, if you will. I developed a new mantra in 2020, and I'm almost embarrassed to say it out loud because it is so simple. It is the simplest sentence ever, but for some reason, the phrasing of it helped me take control back in my life. And I identified that one of the reasons in 2020 I got so flustered, and even before 2020, let's be real, years before 2020 had their challenges too, I was giving away my control to people online, to the people I work with, to people's opinions, to validation, to my parents, to my family. I was always giving away control. This mantra helped me gain control again, and it's very simple. Are you ready for it? What kind of life do you want to live? It's so simple but so powerful, because when you phrase something as what kind of life do you want to live, you are putting the control back into your hands. You're recognizing that, hey, you can't control this person over there and that person, but you can control the life you want to live and how you put yourself in that position or remove yourself from that position. Personal example from my life, I've spoken about this a lot, and I promise I'm not gonna harp on this too much, but social media has been a huge thing for me in my life, where it is my job and it's this beautiful tool, but it's also a lot. It hurts my feelings sometimes. Every time I'm in that situation where someone is saying something to me online, I always think to myself, what kind of life do you want to live? Do you want to live the life where you're going to argue with a stranger online and you're going to let people who've never met you online define you? Or would you rather live a life with your phone down and you paying attention to the people around you in real life? And when I framed it like that, it was like, oh, I actually have complete control of the situation. I will put my phone away. I will focus on all these people in real life. Forget the social media example. Maybe that doesn't apply to you. Anything in your life that stresses you out, that's been bothering you, I encourage you to use the mantra, what kind of life do you want to live? The answer will become abundantly clear to you of what you need to do, what you have control to do to change. Do you want to live the life where this is continuously a problem? Do you want to live the life where other people get to tell you how to feel? Do you want to live the life where you have to take all of these pictures and have this facade on social media? Do you want to live the life where you're living your parents' expectations? Do you want to live the life where you're continuously scared to not go for your dreams and goals? Or do you want to live the life where you try and maybe you fail sometimes? Do you want to live the life where you live for yourself and your happiness? Do you want to live the life where you're healthy, where you're self-improving, where you're doing what you love? The choice is actually yours. What do you want to do? Wait, that's not it. What was it? What kind of life do you want to live? It's that simple. Number 2, in 2020, I'm gonna call myself out. I had this very bad habit of generalizing things. Oh my God, it is the end of the world because my travel got canceled. It is the end of the world because this project didn't go through. And it's the end of the world because I got in a fight with someone. That's just how my brain kind of operates. I've identified that weakness where if I have a tiff with someone, my brain will start going, it's the end of the world, that's it. This has to consume your entire brain. This is all you need to think about. And I had to just slam the brakes for a second. My second tip is give yourself full permission to feel and act whack, but do not act whack every day. Give yourself permission to feel anxiety, to feel jealousy, all those emotions that we're always trying to run from because we're like, it's not good. I don't want to be a jealous person. I don't want to be a sad, stressed person. Sometimes you are going to be that person. It's impossible for you to never be stressed or never not be tired or never be negative emotions. You will be those things. I've learned to just embrace them. Right now in this moment, I am stressed. I am sad. I am petty. It's Friday. Today's Petty Friday. I will be petty today. But guess what? That doesn't make me a petty person. This doesn't make this a petty day. This doesn't make it a petty life. We're allowed to have moments as long as we close those moments and go, okay, and now there's the rest of this beautiful day. So I guess what I'm trying to say is don't generalize. A bad day isn't a bad life. A stressful moment isn't a stressful career. A petty moment doesn't make you a bad person. If we're so keen on celebrating New Year's, then we should also celebrate a new day in the exact same way. Every day you wake up is a new day. You don't have to define yourself based on whatever you did yesterday, whatever petty thought you had yesterday. Every day is a new day. We make New Year's resolutions, make new day resolutions. Don't generalize, baby. Every moment counts and is different. I hope this is helping you. I hope this stuff really helps me, so I genuinely hope it's helping you. That's really my only goal. Number 3. Make gratitude the mood. Yes, I tried to make that rhyme. Tude, mood, close enough. That rhymes. I've talked about gratitude a lot before, but I think the importance of gratitude is at an all-time high, especially where we are right now in the world, when it is very easy to feel sorry for ourselves, and we should. It's been a tough time. So I want to paint you a picture right now, which is, for the past year, we've heard everyone say, I took people for granted. I took going out for granted. I can't wait till I can hug people. I can't wait till I can see my family. I can't wait till I can have a party. And here's what's gonna happen. At some point, the world will resume. I don't know when, but at some point it will. Humans always figure things out. It will. And for probably 2 weeks, we will hug people extra tight, we will throw those parties, and we will not cancel plans, we'll respond to texts, and we'll be like, oh, I missed this. And then 2 weeks later, we're gonna cancel plans again. We're gonna stop hugging people. We're gonna see that person we know across the street and we're gonna avoid them. We're gonna go back to all of the habits we had before. I'm not saying that as a negative on you or a negative on me. It's no one's fault. It's human tendency. Humans will always get used to things. That's why we complain about Wi-Fi in a metal box that flies us from one side of the world to the other, because we're used to it. We get used to things. But all I'm saying is that we should try our very damn best to not get used to it and to practice gratitude, because for a year now, we have felt what it is like to not have things. So here's what I started doing in 2020. Anytime I was stressed, which was a lot, or upset, or frustrated, or just feeling just like sorry for myself, in that moment, I would stop and I would say 5 things I was grateful for that directly related to the reason I was stressed. Let me give you an example. During season 2 of my show that we're shooting right now, I'd be so immensely stressed. And I'd be like, oh, this is the worst day, I'm having the worst time, why is this like this? And I'd have to, while driving, just be like, what are 5 things you're grateful for related to your job? 1, you have a job. I should be very grateful. You get to tell jokes for a living. You should be very grateful. You are driving in your car, in your heat, listening to the radio. That is a very easy commute. You had breakfast before you got into said car on your way to work. Because of this, 100 other people, you will also get to work with them. And now 101 people have something to be grateful for. No matter what it is you're complaining about, there's always a silver lining. I know it seems tough. The next time you're feeling stressed or frustrated, I challenge you. Whether it's your parents, it's not me farting, it's my chair, I promise. Oh, you're not gonna do it now? No matter what it is you're stressed about, your friends, your parents, school, there will always be a silver lining. Whether it's the opportunity to get education, whether it's having parents in the first place, whether it's all the good things and great things your friends did for you in the past, all the times they've been there for you in the past, the fact that you can call them on a phone that you probably pay for. There's always things to be grateful for. Gratitude has to be the mood. It is the key recipe to success. If you take nothing else from this video, take this. You have so much to be grateful for, and I don't need to know you personally. I don't need to be where you are right now. I don't need to be in your house to know that you have so many things to be grateful for. Number 4, this is a new one. I'm on a very strict diet in 2021 that I started in 2020. No, it has nothing to do with food. I'm on a strict authenticity diet. And I don't know what switched in my mind, but I just got to a place where I was like, I do a bunch of interviews. This is me personally, related to your own life, however you will. I do a bunch of interviews. I'm posting pictures on social media. I'm tweeting. I make YouTube videos. I got my show. Even when I see people in real life or over Zoom or whatever it is, I feel like there's always a layer of some sort of facade. And that's not to call me fake or you fake. I'm not saying we're fake people. I'm saying we're trained to have some sort of facade. Some sort of like put on a happy face, put on a brave face, pretend you know things you don't know, pretend you're prettier, pretend you're smarter, pretend you're just everything. You go on social media, that's what it is. Me on my Instagram, it's me pretending to be fitter than I am. Taking pictures at an angle where my abs look a certain way. Pretending to be, you know, happier than I am sometimes. Pretending to be more understanding than I actually am sometimes. And I just got sick of it. I thought, I actually really love who I am as a person, and I love wherever I am as a person. Now, if I'm not completely where I want to be in some facets of my life, I want to love the actual position I'm in, and I want to honor who I actually am. So something I started doing at the end of 2020 is for interviews, for video shoots, I just threw the talking points out the window. You know, if I'm working with a brand, yeah, I'll say whatever the key talking points are in the brand name, but when people ask me if I'm excited or how I feel, I stopped saying, I'm really, really excited, I can't wait, and those types of empty sentiments. Instead, I said things like, I'm grateful, but I'm really, really scared. Like, I think, what if I like mess up? And I just started to be more real, just completely authentic. And you know what happened? One, it was way less exhausting, and two, it was way more fun. And so I've decided across the board, you will get the authentic Lilly. And if that Lilly is the one that doesn't always say the right things and doesn't always have the answers and is not always superwoman, that's okay, because that's who I am. And I will do the videos with no makeup, and I will admit that some comments hurt my feelings, and I don't feel the need to act brave, and I will say that I'm scared, and I will say that I'm sensitive, and I'll say all those things, because that's who I am. Sure, I might dress up and take some basic pictures for Instagram, but there's always gonna be some authenticity there. Like, this is not what I look like right now, or I banked these pictures. And I encourage you to do the same. I just think the world is continuing to push us towards a direction that is put on a face, and I encourage you to actually don't take the mask off. Wait, that's the wrong messaging. Keep your masks on, but don't be afraid to just be genuinely you. When someone asks you how you are, instead of just saying, good, how are you, actually? Like, what do you actually want to talk about? What do you actually care about? And do you care about it because you genuinely care about it, or are you just saying you care about it because you feel like you have to? Be real, baby. Number 5, this one is very, very important. I encourage you all, from this moment going on, to pay attention to your energy. And what I mean by that is, when I was kind of in a funky place in 2020. I was having like roller coaster, I don't know if you can relate to this, I was having like roller coaster emotions, where some days I was like, it's fine, I'm grateful, and then the next day I was like, oh, what's happening to the world? And so I decided to start making a list of every time I would feel some type of way. Anytime I would feel stressed, anytime I would feel sad, anytime my self-esteem was low, I would make a list of what prompted me to feel this way. And the pattern was abundantly clear. Certain people, after talking to them, I'd always feel a dip in my energy. Certain behaviors, impulsively checking Twitter, 90% of the time always resulted in me feeling bad about myself. Me stalking certain people on Instagram. I don't know why I did, but I could note that every single time after, I would feel bad about myself. However, watching certain movies made me feel good about myself. Listening to certain music made me feel good about myself. Hanging out with certain individuals made me feel good about myself. I paid attention to all these things, and I thought, why do I keep doing the things that make me feel bad about my energy? So I'm not saying that cancel everyone in your life. First of all, cancel culture we need to leave in 2020. We're not bringing that in 2021. But I'm not saying to just cut things left, right, and center. I'm saying just pay attention to things that make you feel invigorated and the things that make you feel not great. And do what you can to have less of the things that make you feel not great. Things I've done, if I'm working on a project or something that requires my focus, I actually don't talk to certain people that are draining. And it's not me being rude, being like, you're not my friend. It's just like, hey, right now I gotta focus on this, but I'll check in with you soon. It's not having certain apps on my phone. In the morning, I actually don't even listen to certain types of music that I otherwise would love. I don't listen to in the morning because I've realized that in the morning makes me feel a certain type of anxious energy, and so I've just paid attention to that and I stopped listening to it. Just really pay attention to how you feel and why you feel that way, and then make the changes, baby. You are the most important project of 2021. You might have your vision board, you might have your projects like, all right, I gotta work on this book, gotta work on this job, school. Okay, that's all great. The most important project is still you. And underneath you, all of those other things can be listed. But that's all I got for you. The reason I made this video, honestly, is because I've done some reflecting of my own. I've had to really determine how I define success. For so long, it's been projects, numbers, accolades, and I won't lie, those things are still important to me. I very much so love my work, but nothing makes me feel better than comments that say, I was in a bad place or I didn't feel motivated and I watched one of Lilly's videos and that helped me be better and feel happier, and it made me feel inspired to work harder. That to me is still the most important thing. I am saying that with 100% like you could hook me up to a lie detector test right now. That for me is the legacy I want to leave behind. And so this is not a sketch, it's not a heavily edited video. This is me looking at you saying, I don't have to personally know you to tell you that I know you're doing great. And I'm even like getting emotional right now because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to feel bad about yourself or not be happy with where you are or not have good self-esteem or not feel happy and just be searching for something to give you a wake-up call, to help you snap out of it. This is that. If you're watching it, this is that. I'm telling you this is that. My final message for you is that I know I don't know you personally, I don't need to. If you woke up today and you're trying your best, you are doing great. You can do everything you want to do. Don't be so hard on yourself, just work hard. You are doing fantastic. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone. Your bad day does not equal a bad life. I promise you, everything will be fine. Keep your head up. 2020 was rough. 2021 may also be rough, but guess what? What kind of life do you want to have? That's all I gotta say. Sending you so much love and light. Happy New Year. I hope you're safe. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're mentally in a good place, emotionally and spiritually in a good place. Comment below if you think there's any other helpful things that the rest of my audience or Team Super could benefit from, and otherwise, I love you. I really, really do. I love you and I wish nothing but the absolute best for you. Bye! Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. There's nothing I want to promote. There's no call to action. Don't click anything. Just have yourself a very happy New Year. Be safe, happy, healthy, and smile, baby, because you're alive, and that's a great thing. So thanks for watching. Bye!